Back in the New Haven neighborhood Deborah Dozier used to call home, she can't help but think about what happened here 22 years ago.
They planned to kill us.
It was a late spring night at their Carmel Street home when Deborah, her husband, and 3 children were firebombed out of bed.
We got up and noticed the flames coming up.
Gangbanger Ricky Haggard set their front porch ablaze. He wanted to silence the family who blew the whistle on his drug-dealing operation. But as soon as the flames were put out, he was behind bars. Though it wouldn't be for good. Oftentimes when prisoners are released from their prison cells and they head to their rehabilitation programs and parole officers, they're not adhering to conditions of their release and going back into the communities to commit crimes again. We got a hold of Ricky's rap sheet that reads like a crime novel. A repeat murderer who used 3 aliases to cover his career of crime. Fox Connecticut broke the news to the Dozier family. Haggard was paroled from a Connecticut prison in 2003 to New York authorities, and it wasn't long after Haggard went on the lam and murdered again. He was ultimately recaptured 8 months later.
Suppose we were still living here and he had decided to retaliate.
Deborah Dozier's former husband spoke to us from his home in New York State. Richard Dozier says victims' lives are jeopardized because of a broken system. Has the Department of Correction in Connecticut failed?
Not only did they fail the people of Connecticut, but they failed the people of New York.
Ricky Haggard isn't the only failure we found. Since 1970, Connecticut's newsroom uncovered more than 15,000 criminals in Connecticut have escaped, walked away from halfway houses, or skipped parole. Today, more than 1,000 are still AWOL.
It's our job then, when they make parole, to supervise them.
Department of Corrections Commissioner Leo Arnone admits paroling these prisoners is a risk he's willing to take.
These people are already in the community. They've been reviewed and classified and considered not to be a danger to the community.
DOC Director of Parole Joseph Hagan.
Our hope is to successfully reintegrate offenders in the community, but my insurance policy and our accountability unit, as I call it, is a fugitive team.
All right, guys, here's our fugitive for today.
They don't want to go back to jail. But
Dan Bennett and his 7-man insurance policy, known as the Fugitive Investigations Unit, works day and night to recapture parolees who've gone off the grid. Fox Connecticut was given exclusive access into the training of this full-time unit.
Life on the run for them is not easy, and when we bring them back into custody, at some point, hopefully they will learn their lesson.
They abscond multiple times.
Sometimes they do.
So does that mean the system's broken?
No. I think what it means is the person is broken.
Deborah Dozier disagrees. She fears the parole board is favoring the criminals over the victims.
To me, there was little to no consideration for the victims.
On special assignment, I'm Anthony DiLorenzo, Fox Connecticut.